Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It's your old pal, Van Dweller, and we are back with more classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters for October 2024. And we're going to do the first match that we are in our top 16. So we actually have a top 16, believe it or not. We haven't determined all the top 16 players, but we do have 3 of the brackets done. We will be determining the final member of the top 16 for this month in a little bit. That's very, very soon. That is coming up. But first, what we've got to do is this one. And why are we doing it? Because, well, that's when we could schedule it. We are doing the green bracket. Now, this is where we are so far in the green bracket. We have determined our 2 top 16 matches. The first one is Dog Playing Tetris in Leo. That one, I don't know when we're going to do that. Maybe tomorrow? Maybe. But today, what we're going to do is Avgeek and Storm 957. So there's your traditional looking bracket that you're all used to. We're just going to do that match number 22. That will determine one of our top 8 finishers. It'll either be Avgeek or Storm. Now, after that, at 5 or so, something like that, we will be doing, what is it? Or is it Orange? Yes, that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be finishing our preliminary Orange bracket. And the matches that we're going to do there are Blue Scooty versus Hana, and the winner of that against MYLES. So we got 3 matches during this sort of first part of the day. And then, so right now it's 4:30. Later at 8:30, we will be starting our first full bracket, and that'll be the red bracket. It'll be Fractal versus Tommy and Bendy versus Nenu, and then the winner of those 2 will face off. So we got 6 matches overall between now and whenever the heck that gets over. So that's what we're going to do first. We're first going to do Avgeek versus Storm. I don't know when Dog versus Leo will be. Maybe tomorrow. And who knows? Maybe the winner of this will be around tomorrow and could play like right after Dog and Leo. And if you could somehow make that happen, that would be amazing. But maybe they can't. So it's going to be that. And then it's going to be Orange, Scooty, Hana, and MYLES fighting for a shot at a top 16 spot. So that is what we're going to be doing. Let's take a look at our rules. Yes, this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics on screen are unmodified, except in the ways that we want you to modify them. Players can play on any controller, as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used. Players should not receive any real-time advice during the match, and do not pause unless the commentator tells you. Level 18 starts all the way through. Same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players, make sure to turn on right now, if you're listening, your input and hertz display. Players, do please heed the spirit of DAS. Yes, this is a DAS tournament, not a DAS mimicking tournament. I didn't start this tournament so that people could just 9 hertz tap their whole way through and call it DAS. No, I started this tournament because I want to see the press and hold play style that was the foundation of this scene. That is what we are looking for. Quick taps are allowed. 1 and 2 taps in the middle of the board. We don't really care about the speed of those. That is fine. But yes, do heed the spirit of DAS as written in that gripping manifesto that was published in the announcements channel oh so many months ago. Best of 5 throughout, and the winner gets absolutely something. And that is a share in a prize pool, which currently stands at $888.88. As of now, we're paying the top 4, right? Spots 1 through 4 will get a prize. Now, that's a small amount in a 32-player tournament. That's not good enough. We really do want to pay the top 8, and that we can do that if we get to $1,000. We're $111.12 away from doing that. Seems like somebody could just do that all in one fell swoop, you know, just somebody out there. Maybe if you've never contributed before and you've been watching this event for months and months and months, you've never contributed, maybe this is the time. Just take care of it. And yeah, then we can pay the top 8 in the tournament. Now, if you're watching on Twitch, you can use the Matcherino command. And if somebody wants to use that right now, that would be cool, because then I would just copy and paste over into YouTube. I keep forgetting to update the bot there for DAS Masters in YouTube, but I will paste it over into YouTube right now. Ready, YouTube? Are you ready for this? Wow. That is your DAS Masters prize link if you want to contribute to the prize pool. That's the only way money gets in the prize pool. If you super chat, if you do anything else, money does not go in there. The only way is to do it through that link with our partner, Matcherino. You'll click on that link. There'll be a 2-click login. You just click in and say, oh, I want to log in with Twitch, or I want to log in with YouTube. You click on that button, say authorize, you're in. The top right-hand corner, there is a link that says contribute. You click on that and you can contribute any amount you want. So please do contribute to the prize pool. The prize pool is the #1 thing that draws the players in every single month and allows us to be entertained by their Tetris prowess and exploits. And while we're here, let us go ahead and thank the people who contribute to support this channel on Patreon. That's a great way to support the channel. It gives us that kind of consistent amount coming in. I can look in the future and say, wow, people are supporting us many, many months in advance. What an amazing thing. I can feel confident that I can continue to pour time and resources into this channel. If you want to help make sure that this channel continues, patreon.com/monthly Tetris. I want to thank those of you who are supporting us at our Mega Masters level, especially Scott Gray 76, K9 watching Tetris, and Tacnerus. I want to thank Corporal 381, Shall Be Satisfied, Cat Kit 91, Jay in the Window, Troy Dan, Kim S. Thank you very, very much. Also want to thank our sticker and double sticker club level patrons, as well as those contributing at the community level. Yes, patreon.com/monthly Tetris. You know, I was thinking about it earlier today, and, you know, sometimes, you know, you remember something in the past and you say, man, that was so cool that we used to have, right? You don't want to say, man, remember we used to have Classic Tetris Monthly? That was so cool. No, you want to say, man, Classic Tetris Monthly is so cool. It is good. It is happening still. And that is what you want to happen. So to make that happen, patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our little bracket scene here. We've got a lap versus a kid. Okay, so we got laps versus kids, guys. I will go ahead and fix. I'm not exactly sure how to do this camera because we're going to have a giant, just a lap. But we will have the lap here going, and then we will have a kid. So laps versus kids. Okay, well, we'll just roll with it. We will roll with it. I am just about ready to go, so let's go ahead and provide these players their pieces. Oh, I did it in the wrong place. I did it in YouTube. Not your usual setup. No problem. All right, players, here are your pieces 437E-A9. I did it over on YouTube accidentally. Whoops. Players, do make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on. All right, just give me one moment here. All right. All right, let us go ahead and get underway. Both players are ready. I am ready. You are ready. Everybody is ready. Let's go ahead and count them down. Avgeek and Storm 957 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, we are starting off with the IJJ, which sounds like an ominous government agency, doesn't it? Oh, the IJJ. Yeah, you don't want to get in the radar of the IJJ because they will go after you. But thankfully, it's just the opening pieces of this matchup. On the left side, it is Avgeek out of the United States of America, qualifying in at seed number 7 with a PB of 1.26 million, earning their way into the top 16 by virtue of that top 8 finish. If you finish in the top 8 in qualifying, you basically get into the top 16, and then it's those pesky 9 through 16 spots that you have got to remember. And we just had a contribution to the prize pool, Summer B, with the $111.12. That gets us to our $1,000 incentive. That means we can pay the top 8, which is amazing. A missed S-spin on the right side for Avgeek, 139 for them, 118 for Storm at 141 after a Tetris and another Tetris for Storm. So Avgeek trying to figure out how to bring this board back down. 215 for Storm, 154 for Avgeek. Storm coming in at seed number 26 with a PB also of 1.26 million. Storm defeated Meme and Salted Sofa on the way to being in the top 16. Those are two big names, I think, to beat. And Storm is not somebody who's really on my profile, I would say on my radar too much. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he's got. But, I mean, beat two really great DAS players, Meme and Salted Sofa. Avgeek, of course, had to beat no one and just get a really excellent qualifying score of a 1.1 average. Tetris here for Storm, 321. $308 Avgeek, $390 for Storm. Another Tetris Avgeek, $330. Avgeek this year played in the Jonas Cup and finished 7th, going out to Pixel Andy. And there's no shame going out to Pixel Andy, but did play in the Jonas Cup, the first ever. What an event that was. I really enjoyed. That was probably my favorite all-time event. And Avgeek was also a top 4 finisher in the silver bracket in the overall Classic Tetris World Championship in Pasadena. Andrew Meep says Avgeek versus Pixel Andy was one of the best matches of the tournament. I don't believe it's online yet. I think they just started uploading Jonas Cup, so I guess I shouldn't have spoiled it, but that's too bad. All right, Avgeek. Gonna get a Tetris and then a Vits. And we'll go to work cleaning up this Vits. 472 for Avgeek, 536 for Storm. Oh, Jasmine is here enjoying the Vits. So it looks like this is, I believe this is Storm. Now, Storm, I do not have Liquipedia information on, so my apologies. But as far as I can tell, this might be Storm's first foray into the main event of DAS Masters. 616 here for Storm, 532 for Avgeek. As far as spoilers go, I figure if you're watching a live event, then you are a live event person. And if you're a recording person, then you're a recording person. And so it's fine to spoil live events in a live stream. I don't know. That's just the way I look at it. 611 Avgeek, 692 Storm. Storm setting up column 8, gets a Tetris 719. Another long bar over for Avgeek, 637, 721 for Storm. And Storm has got a lead here, about 86,000 points. Avgeek trying to uncover that left side. Bringing it down line by line. 644, long bar engaged, and a Tetris. Channeling my inner Kingsman. I've never said long bar engaged in my entire life, but somehow I just felt a spiritual connection to Kingsman in that moment. All right, Storm trying to get set up here. A nice square and a bar and another bar to get Tetris to get a Tetris. So 789 for Storm. And Avgeek trying to set up here in the middle. And this might be an abandoned plan. We'll see. Okay, maybe. Well, we'll see. The bar comes in. We'll see if another one comes in. And there's another bar. Okay, so the plan, it worked. Column 7 Tetris for Avgeek 774 and a column 8 Tetris. So the wells are going everywhere. I think Avgeek looking to be aggressive here. Because remember, 230 lines is what you've got. So we've really only got about 30 lines to go until that DAS kill screen at level 29. Tetris for Avgeek, 847, 876 for Storm. Avgeek has been sort of, closing that gap very slowly, gradually. And now looking to cash in here and try to take this game away from Storm, who's been ahead nearly the entire time. But Storm running into trouble here. Storm's going to top out at 880, and persistence pays for Avgeek, who will take down game number 1. So Avgeek was behind most of the game, but persisted. And was able to kind of just be there waiting for something to happen to Storm, and it worked perfectly. So you can see why Avgeek's such a dangerous competitor in DAS. Can't quite get the max out, but who cares? All right, Avgeek up 1 game to none. Let us go ahead and get these players some new pieces. We will have another match, or basically our orange bracket will start after this. And normally, we start about 12 minutes late because I do my whole intro. We'll probably use up that entire time and basically start that orange bracket on time as far as gameplay goes. 5-9 C5 CE, 5-9 C5 CE. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And this isn't round 1, right? This is actually round 3. So I have the round wrong. This is actually a round 3 match. So what we're going to be doing, we're probably going to be keeping this format. I know it seems like, oh my God, you're doing 32 players and it's extending all the way into November, but we started very late. We started basically the brackets in, I think, the 3rd or 4th week of October. So we are on track to finish this tournament well within a month time. So I'm going to be looking almost certainly, yes, to keep this format, this 32 flat bracket format, which I think is working great. We've got players here like Storm, who was not able to qualify into the top 16, but able to earn his way into the top 16 and, prove that he belongs. And I think this is one of the best features of this format, that players can underqualify and still get a shot. So it does take some of the randomness out of who ends up in that top 16. And we're going to be looking to almost certainly extend this format to our regular Open Masters event, our traditional main event, and make that a top 32 and have that subsume the Challengers circuit. And so far, we've been calling these the early rounds the preliminary rounds, but something sort of I had in mind, and then someone sort of independently suggested something similar about the name Challengers, and I think we're going to use those preliminary rounds and call those the Challengers rounds. So it's overall the same tournament, but they will be, I think, considered to be the Challengers rounds because the players are challenging their way into the top 16 of the tournament. So it's the same tournament, early rounds, Challengers rounds, and maybe the later rounds called the Masters rounds or something. Not sure exactly. It'll take shape. But once we return in January, we'll have it all figured out. 238 here for Storm, 278 for Avgeek, 40,000 in the lead, but also ahead by 5 lines, so it's still pretty darn close. You know, if there's one thing that we do here at CTM, it is evolve and change to just however, you know, the game itself, the sport itself is changing. And, you know, there's so much talent concentrated, you know, for the longest time. Oh, there's a Vits for Storm. The true Vits, seeing that long bar in the window and setting up the Vits. You know, there's in the old days, there was so much talent concentrated really just in the top few spots, you know, the top 5 or 6 spots. And it was pretty rare that anybody in the lower tiers would even have a shot. But now the talent gap has closed so much that I believe very strongly that the players down in challengers, you know, nowadays are pretty close to on par with the players who are, you know, qualifying down in the lower parts of the Masters bracket. So to me, there's no reason that they should be excluded or all of them only playing for 1 spot. Let them all play challenge for all 8 spots in the, you know, the lower 8 spots. That makes a lot of sense to me. And I don't know. I think it's going to work in Masters. We'll at least try it at Masters in January. We can always go back, but I think it's here to stay. 386 for Storm, 488 for Avgeek, 102,000 point lead, ahead by 9 lines. Delayed Vits are real Vits too, but yeah, I mean, but it's kind of squirrely. I mean, it's more daring, right? And in some ways, because you don't know if the bar is coming. But on the other hand, you know, the true Vits, you know, the immediate Vits is pretty daring too, because you got to make that real-time adjustment. 438 for Storm, 517 for Avgeek. But anyway, I'm really liking this format a lot. And so far, I think the players like it. And I guess one of the confounders here is that, oh, it seems like we're going so deep into November. And again, we only started, I think our first match of Das Masters is like the 24th. So we are well within bounds here of finishing this within a month. Though it does occur to me, it's like, well, you basically have to like finish challengers before you do Masters is kind of what it amounts to. And not exactly, but, you know, it's not too bad. And the scheduling is actually overall easier because those early rounds are now groups of 3 players that have to be scheduled instead of groups of 4. So that actually makes it easier, even though the top 16 is still groups of 4. 617 here for Avgeek into 19. 519 for Storm. He's trying to find something. Bar goes into column 9. Board getting up a little bit high here for Das. So he's going to want something now. Gets it. Tetris, Storm, 545 into 19. In the old days, Challengers was the weekend before Masters. Yes, that is true. It was all done on one day. 597 for Storm, 676 for Avgeek. Avgeek gets another Tetris, goes up to 702, 150 lines, 8 lines ahead. Storm, I think, maybe quick tapping a piece over to that left to get at that extra column, or at least jolted physically. Yeah, back in the old days, Masters done in 2 days, but we were not having these super long matches, right? I mean, you could count on the early matches there being at least 2 or 3 sweeps in those early rounds, and you just can't do that anymore. I mean, players are going deep, 39, super kill screen, you know, deciders in round 1. And you could also count, especially when there were more DAS players back in the old days, you could count on like early top outs, and you just can't count on that nowadays. So there's no way I would want to do that like we did in the old days. Like, spreading it out is good. Plus, it's better on the players. You know, it's just exhausting. You don't get the best out of the players because they're so tired by the end. So this is the way to do it. All right, long bar down and a triple for Avgeek, 833, 706 for Storm, who's trying to set up for another Tetris. Back in the old days, you know, the old people. All right, Avgeek Tetris, 899, 739 for Storm. Storm getting set up. Long bar Tetris 807 934 Avgeek. Avgeek now one away, gets the one, and okay, actually is okay, almost one away. Really just another line clear will do it. And there it is, the max out for Avgeek. Storm back by about 128,000 points. Has a few lines in hand, not too many, 8 lines in hand. Those could be relevant, but Storm is pretty far behind. He's going to need something to happen to Avgeek here, and Storm going to top out at 875, and Avgeek is good in game number 2 with a max out. And you know what? In DAS, max out, still impressive. That's the other thing I like about DAS Masters is the max outs are still exciting, right? Metroid Composites says it's funny there's probably less early top outs in DAS Masters than there were in the old days. Oh, definitely. Players are so much better. Deck, by the way, thank you 5 minutes ago for the Prime sub, says Avgeek W159 is very cool, and I like Avgeek W159, I think. Thank you very much. All right, let's get these players some more pieces. There they are, 1B, CD, BC. Scooty says, okay, but why did AV have 800K in 22? Yeah, true. Yeah, Avgeek top 8 in Jonas Cup. That was not easy. All right, let's check. I did not check the seeds either time. I got lucky, though. 1BC, DBC. Okay, we're good. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead, excuse me, and get them started. Avgeek looking to wrap it out right now. Storm looking to win one to stay in. 3-2-1 Tetris. Yeah, Avgeek in CTWC. She had to beat Xeno and Quaid. So those are two pretty tough opponents. Quaid, it's hard to know exactly what you're going to get. And it's also, you know, I have a hard time, you know, kind of thinking, how does Quaid stack up against like modern DAS players? We're starting to get these answers now, as a true robust DAS scene is starting to evolve. We got the Jonas Cup. We've got DAS Masters. There's now a sort of a CTL-like DAS league called DAS Champions League. So a real DAS scene has opened up. We're having a DAS renaissance. You'll love to see it. Storm able to sling a long bar around that spire and get a Tetris 72,000 as we get started here early in game number 3. Avgeek up a little bit high, though, able to uncover the well and get a Tetris. Nelstra says among the old guard, Quaid really stood out at Jonas Cup. Yeah, that I do remember. And yeah, I mean, we'll see if we can lure more of the sort of veterans era players out of the woodwork. I believe they're going to do Jonas Cup again. I'll definitely go to that. I mean, that was thrilling to me. It was really felt like the old days. And it wasn't just nostalgia fun. It was serious. You know, that's the thing. Like, they did that Legends tournament at the end of 20, or on the back of what, 2023 CTWC. And that was fine. It was fun, but you could tell that the players were just kind of having a laugh. It was like, oh, these old people, they're trying their best. But it was not like that at Jonas Cup. If you're just starting to watch the uploads coming out of CTWC channel, it is serious business and tough competition. So if you did not watch that live, I highly, highly recommend that you watch the VODs as they start to be released on CTWC's channel, which is youtube.com/classic Tetris. It's a real serious competition, and I'm just glad there's a whole scene popping up that maybe someday I might even have a chance, right? Maybe if I can get good, maybe I'll even have a chance to win a match in a high-level CTWC event. Who knows? 225 for Storm, 226 for Avgeek. Avi gets a Tetris, and it's set up again. Has to take a skim, though, and bring this down, so just going to try to... Okay, yeah, there we go. Set up again, and Tetris. 275, Avgeek, 248. You think Jonas Cup started strong, then fizzled out at the end? Are you serious? Are you insane? What are you even talking about? That was Steel CE over on YouTube. Of course, it was on YouTube. Yeah, it was Steel on YouTube. Yes. Sorry. Wait. I mean, it was my executive producer. Sorry. 321 Avgeek, 320 for Storm. Steel, are you serious? You can hear it in the commentary. What are you talking about? No, not at all. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't doing commentary, I don't think, on the last day, but I feel like I had I feel like my shift, I had some energy there. I don't know. Well, I'll have to go back and watch. I'm not going to totally discount you, but I'll go back and watch. I remember it being really exciting. Whoop says there was a small bit of fatigue in the final. By the way, 378 for Avgeek, 394 for Storm as we cross that 100 line mark. One thing I think they should... Oh, yeah. Okay, I will acknowledge there was a bit of, I think, fatigue by the players because it's a long effing day. Did I just say effing? That's okay. It was a really long day. I can't believe I said that. I'm just like super casual right now. But what I think should happen is I think they should do... that Friday night was really fun, but I think they should also do qualifiers at the same time. So do some qualifiers Friday night. Take some of the pressure off having to do the qualifiers Saturday. And maybe even do some of the matches, maybe early round matches Friday. I don't know. Something like that. Because by the time that second day came around, it was long. It was pretty difficult for the players. I will grant you that. Still thrilling nonetheless. You should watch it. 498 Storm, 544 Avgeek on 19. Oh, and that fire alarm. Yeah, the fire alarm did not help. I'm really hoping that does not become a thing at CTWC. If you're an idiot and you pull a firearm, well, don't pull a firearm either, a fire alarm, then, just go away. That is just the dumbest thing because you also endanger people. 586 Avgeek, 573 for Storm. Like, it's not funny. You actually endanger people. It's just really stupid. Dirty Tetris, Avgeek 643, 583 for Storm. Yeah, do not pull out a firearm either. That would be also bad. Firearm. So yes, someone pulled the alarm. They must have pulled the alarm. All right, 703 for Avgeek, 623 for Storm. Yeah, that was Portland Jonas Cup right in the middle of quals too. So it actually was pretty disruptive to some of the players who had good games going, I remember. 736 Avgeek, 712 for Storm. Oh, it was a contained fire? Well, don't even pull the fire alarm then. No, actually do that. All right, well, I didn't know the whole story. Steel, you're on Twitch now? Yeah, now you have a lot more credibility. Thank you. 748 Avgeek in trouble. Okay, actually going to bring this down. Super smart. Uncovers that right side now, waiting for a bar. Honestly, I thought Avgeek was cooked. We'll see. Long bar over Tetris and survival and feeling good. 794, 787 for Storm. I think Storm there with sort of a quick tap. Takes a skim, gets a Tetris 854. Super close right now. And Storm again with lines in hand. Avgeek about 7 lines ahead. And now more lines ahead. So Storm has got lines in hand this time and is a lot closer. So we'll see what he can get. Meanwhile, Avgeek 6 lines away. He's about to hit the dash kill screen. And Storm gonna top out at 864. Kind of, again, that same story. Avgeek forcing Storm to get aggro. Column 27, and it just gets too high. He gets, can't get the bar when he needs it. And that is going to be another max out. So back-to-back max outs for Avgeek. And all right, so Avgeek, you will be moving on in the green bracket. Thank you to Storm and Avgeek for agreeing to schedule this on short notice so we could get this underway. GG Storm, I do feel like we will see you back here again, but right now it's Avgeek sweeping out Storm. So don't go away, folks. We now have our preliminary orange bracket coming up. It's going to be Scooty and Hana with the winner taking on MYLES. We'll be right back. Oh, did I miss your subscription? C-Dubs subscription. 42 months. Tier 1. It says, shout out Jackie Robinson. Yes, indeed. Why is Leo a round 1 matchup? Because Leo did not finish. Well, this is why. You're seeing why that is. Because Leo finished outside of the top 16. And had to fight his way through. So if we look at the prelim, Leo had to beat Alex T, Uf Beans Egg, and now we'll get to take on Tug. So that is why it is a round 1 match. Leo just needs to qual higher. That's it. Okay, let me go ahead and set up this match, folks. You guys watch some of this premium pre-roll. I know, qual higher, Leo. All right, Zempro says I pay for CTM Plus. It gives me seed 1 in whatever bracket I make. Yeah, if you want to get top seed in every tournament, pay for CTM Plus. It's $22.95 a month. All right, we're still all right. So we need to be 17. Still figuring. All right, so it's 17, right? 17 and 32. I got to tell you guys, I love this tournament so much. I really do. Okay. There's that. We'll get rid of Avgeek. I'll give it a shot, Jasmine. I'll give it a shot. All right, so Hana's going to be, even though we are starting on time, or even a little late, Hana, it's going to be about 5 minutes. There's Hana. We're good now. These kids today. All right, let's get Scooty going. All right, Scooty always on time. A young man. All right, there. Look at that. All right, Scooty. Everybody loves Scooty. How could someone not be a Scooty fan? All right, then we're gonna do Tiny Hana today. We're gonna keep Hana very small. Right over here. There we go. We'll just put, yeah, literally Lil. Right, exactly. All right, the whole Scooty clan is here. Why do you write Blue Scooty's name as capital B, capital S? I go by what's in Discord. Because I go by what's in Discord because I figure that is where they have the choice of how to style their name. And Blue Scooty is capital B with a space and a capital S. Literally, I just go by what's in Discord. If they want to change it, they can go and change it in Discord. Does that make sense? Do you understand? Steel CE. Tell me you understand, or if you need me to explain further. All right, players are completing their warm-ups. Tom J, what's going on? By the way, I want to thank Mari for gifting a fan-level membership to the monthly Tetris community on YouTube. Crisp, you are the recipient. Enjoy it, Crisp. Thank you again, Mari. All right, players, it is time to get started. It's going to be Blue Scooty versus Hana, and then Miles will be waiting in the wings. Let's go ahead and give these players their pieces. The pieces are going to be C5 EB28. If you need another minute, I understand, you know. Also, Hana, make sure you've got your input and hertz display on, because you don't right now. I don't think, unless I did it wrong. C5 EB28, Charlie 5, Echo Bravo 28. By the way, if there are any Hana fans out there, and I sure am, Hana is another one who does not have a page on Liquipedia. So we gotta, I don't know, we gotta get some people. I love Liquipedia. It's great. It's where I get all my information. And I can't, maybe I'll try to get over there and do some stuff. We need more Hana fans. Okay, seeds are good. C5, EB28. All right, let's get these players ready. It is round one of our orange preliminary rounds, which we're now calling, I guess, the Challengers rounds. Blue Scooty versus Hana. In round one, both players are ready. The winner will face MYLES for a spot in the top 16. Let's go ahead and get them underway in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side, it is Blue Scooty coming in at seed number 17. So just outside the top 16. That is why Blue Scooty is here in the preliminary rounds. Whereas Blue Scooty is a multi-time CTM Masters event winner, including a Lone Star Championship win. He's the reigning back-to-back winner of the Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event. And has also won this year's Lone Star Championship. So in a way, he's also, also of the last 6 events we've held at the Masters Open level, Scooty's finished in the finals of let's see, all of them. He's been in the finals every month since May. So he's doing pretty well. He finished in the top 4 in the Lone Star DAS Championship this year. Was the winner of the Lone Star Championship. Was the winner of the Stillwater Showdown, which is his very own tournament that he organized. And of course, was the first player ever to crash the game. So coming in at seed number 17 out of the USA with a PB of 1.14 on DAS. That's got to be higher at this point, right? I don't know. It's Blue Scooty. And on the right side, it's Hana. Anyway, 147 Blue Scooty, 169 for Hana. Just kidding. No, Hana, of course, a longtime member of the Classic Tetris community. Has played all kinds of matches. Has been at the CTWC multiple times. Matthew Lowe says, not funny. Well, I'm a huge Hana fan. Hana is an amazing member of the community. And really, I tell you, not only just as a player, but also as a helper out, or Hana consistently is like the #1 qualifier checker in CTM. Like, so Hana, behind the scenes, amazing. You don't get it. Just kidding is not funny. Oh, man. Matthew Lowe says it's just not funny. I don't get it. Oh, my God. Matthew Lowe, maybe you should go watch on YouTube. You might enjoy it. YouTube might be a great place for you to watch. 267 for Hana. 274 now. 297 for Blue Scooty. Hana did take part in the Jonas Cup this year. 344 now, 367 for Hana, 369 for Blue Scooty. Got an opportunity to play a legend in Alex Kerr. So that would be like a dream of mine, to be able to play one of those legendary players. Matthew Lowe, that is a long-running shtick that I do with players that I know well. I've done it many times. You just need to be here a little longer. 414 for Hana, 441 for Blue Scooty. All right, Hana gonna skim the cover off the well. Long bar over Tetris, 463. Don't make me do a Vandy explaining jokes stream. I don't know if I want to do it. 486 for Hana. Well, you see, when you've got one player who's an all-time Hall of Fame caliber player with many, many accomplishments, playing against, another player who's aspiring to become that, but is not quite that. See, the disparity is humorous. You understand? Do I need to go into it much? All right, I will. 502 for Blue Scooty, 513 for Hana. There's a Tetris Hana, 535 into 19. Hana gonna get skimming a Tetris. A great burn with that T. All right, there's a Tetris Hana, 613, 557 for Blue Scooty. So Hana with about a 55,000 point lead, and Blue Scooty gonna top out here at 557, and Hana is good in game number 1. Oh, whoops. Yeah, there it is. All right, so Hana with that 648 on 21. All good. And if you would like to, you can continue, or you can... Can we do ink or no? I don't know what ink is, but I don't know what that is. Increment. You want to increment? Just you asking says... I can't do it because, well, I just can't. But you can, here, all right, we'll give you one. Increment downward. All right, B4, EB28. See, I'm surprising you. See, just in case you thought you were going to be able to play D6, it's a B4 instead. B4, EB28. One time. That's top player privilege. B4 EV or decrement. Yeah, not increment down, but decrement. B4 EB28. Top player privilege, guys. Bring it to rabbit hole. B4 EB28. All right. Both players are ready. Hana has no score on the screen. All right, there it is. And let's count them down. Hana up 1-0. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ben Squirrely, by the way, thank you 7 minutes ago for that tier 1 sub, 8 months. Really appreciate that. Bent Squirrely. So we're going to have this matchup, Blue Scooty and Hana. The winner of this will play against Miles the Great. Or is it okay if I still say Miles the Great? Is that wrong? It is Miles, and Miles is great. So the winner of this will play against Miles. Later tonight, we will have a full red top 16 bracket. It is okay. Thank you, Miles. And later tonight, it's starting at 8:30 Central, which is 3 hours from now. It's going to be Fractal Tommy Bendy Nenu, which is a fun sequence of names to say all in a row. 52,000 Blue Scooty looking for a way to bring this down. Hana 35,000 through 19. Miles, formerly known as Great. All right, Scooty trying to get this all figured out. Oh, actually, Scooty going to set up for a dirty Tetris there in column 7, and after a skim, we'll get it. So trying to gain some efficiency back, Blue Scooty, and does so. Very cheeky, dirty Tetris. 155 for Hana, 118 for Blue Scooty. All right, YouTube wants to know what HAM stands for. You know what HAM stands for. Not going to explain it here. $168 for Blue Scooty, $202 for Hana. Sorry, my mouse is kind of wigging out here. All right, so 267 here for Scooty, 247 for Hana. Both players low on the board. Also a little bit low pace here. You would like to be at least, you know, maybe 300,000 through 80-something lines, like mid 300,000 or at least at 300,000. So players here a little bit low pace. Could be the pieces. They both started out kind of rough. Long bar over Tetris for Hana. They're at 293. Scooty 316. Wigging out is so vintage of you. Really? Is that? Oh yeah, they don't say wigging out anymore. Yes, Crisp, you got a membership on YouTube. Give a thanks to Mari. Or Aptiz, as it were. $299 for Hana. Oh, there's a nice L for a skim to keep that well open, and another one to bring it down. Weathering the drought, Hana gets a Tetris, $329, and another one, $351. $392 Blue Scooty. I'm sorry, Matthew Lowe, about everything I've ever done in my entire life. It led to that moment, and now I'm regretting it. Tetris for Hana, 375, 438 for Blue Scooty. $489 for Scooty here on 19, and Hana with a really odd board here, trying to figure it out. Great, sets up that well over to the left. It's a good place for it. Long bar open. what? I mean, what? Tetris well open, long bar Tetris. That's the order of it. Oh my God. It's been I'm a little fried right now. Gotta be honest. I'm wigging out. 477 for Hana, 543 for Blue Scooty. Another Tetris, Hana, 531, 572. All right, Scooty going to take that skim with that L piece. Another long bar down. Tetris, Scooty, 612, 562 for Hana. S flat on that right side. Long bar over. Tetris Hana, 593. So Hana back by about 47,000 points. Good, clean, flat board. Both players playing excellently right now. Of course, as soon as I say that, Scooty going to cover that gap there on the left side with that square. You'll see how he's going to sort of handle this. 658 Hana, 680 for Scooty. And Scooty's starting to spire a little bit. Oh no, Hana, that could be fatal on that right side. See if Hana can survive. The answer is no. Hana going to top out 664. Scooty will weather a drought as well and is ahead. 689. Scooty given a gift by Hana. Hana, I want to offer my sincere apologies for making a joke at your expense. Boy, I've made that joke 70 times. I've counted. And I apologize that you're the 70th person to receive the joke. So I'm very sorry. I just wanted to make you laugh, and I apologize for that. All right, let's get these players some pieces. We are not. All right, we're gonna decrement the last two, guys. We're gonna decrement the last two. So it's gonna be B4EB17. I know, I'm not really apologizing. All right, B4EB17, B4EB17. All right. Looks like both players are ready. What was once a best of 5, now a best of, what, 3? Between Blue Scooty and Hana, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Deck, do not attempt to do anything humorous on the internet, okay? That was your first mistake. The internet is not a place for jokes, guys. Okay? It is not a place for that. All right, long bar, Tetris, Scooty, 73,000 as we get underway here in game number 3. Hana giving Scooty an early Christmas gift with that top out, because Scooty was in the process of topping out as well. Mr. Craigie says, no offense, but I love seeing top players get beaten by players I've never seen. Yeah, and you know, and no joke, it is kind of one of the fun things about Das Masters is you do see that it is a leveling of the playing field, right? So, you know, Blue Scooty, of course, an all-time great Tetris player, you know, obviously done things, had a whole entire Tetris career within the span of a year, and then you get to see players who you're, a little less familiar with come in and be competitive. Hana with a floating Mino, and I love it. Basically, as much as I love line spins, I love floating Minos. So to me, that's the other thing that I love so much about this is it levels the playing field. You get some of the top players, rollers and things like that. You bring them into DAS, you level it out a bit, and all of a sudden you've got players who are, less celebrated, and they have an opportunity to play competitive matches against, these kind of legendary players. $240 for Blue Scooty, $172 for Hana. Although the red bracket tonight in DAS Masters, it could very easily be a bracket in the Masters event. Fractal Tommy, Bendy Nenu. I mean, that's just crazy. And I guess that's the other part is it, allows some players to sort of come back who maybe maybe weren't quite willing to or able to, do rolling or whatever, and they still have a competitive venue. So I'm enjoying it a lot. All right, Tetris for Blue Scooty, $359, $268 for Hana. $20 contribution to that prize pool from Buffet Master. Or it could be Mister. Actually, is it Buffet Mister? Because that would make a lot of sense, because isn't there like a thing at buffets which will like automatically squirt the lettuce or something? So we're going to have to find out, is it Buffet Master or Buffet Mister? It's like when you go to the supermarket and, all the fresh vegetables and they got, like a sprinkler above them. You think it's Buffett? Oh, like Jimmy Buffett? I like the idea of a sprinkler over a buffet, but not anymore. It's not Buffett anymore. $456 Blue Scooty, $368 for Hana. Anyway, Buffet Mister, thank you so much for the $20 contribution to the prize pool. Yeah, squirt the lettuce. I don't know. I go to HEB, I go near the lettuce. I get sprinkled like all the time. It is gross, Hemolizer. It is really gross. I agree. $553 for Blue Scooty, $444 for Hana. All right, nice adjustment, Hana, to make room for that incoming J to get set up for the Tetris and get the Tetris. $561 transition for Blue Scooty. And so now, Hana now in $491. So we got 100 lines basically to score all the points we're going to score in this game. All right. Oh, Hana with the tuck here and the skim and the Tetris. Very nifty from Hana. 543. 618 for Blue Scooty. I was thinking like when Hana was doing some of those moves, I was thinking, oh, that's so satisfying. But then I'm thinking, man, isn't that kind of over right now? Like so satisfying. And then I got to thinking like, okay, 20 years from now on YouTube, what are they going to be like? Oh, here's what they were doing in the 2020s, right? Or the 2018s or 2010s and 2020s. And like, so satisfying is going to be one of those things, right? 655 for Hana. All right, so Hana now about 50,000 points behind Scooty. Scooty adds a Tetris now 767. And we are just about 50 lines away from that 29 dash kill screen. Hana knows it and is setting up in column 2 for a Tetris, trying to stay efficient. Zempro says, yeah, retro ASMR and mukbangs. Or mukbangs. I'm an American. I'm an American. All right, Tetris for Hana, 754, 862 for Blue Scooty. There is a Tetris for Scooty, but he's got a few gaps in the stack here. 925. Hana's going to have to put their foot on the accelerator. So we're back by about 110,000 points and just going to need to get more points here and hope for more of a slowdown from Scooty. 90,000 points back, Hana. Just 27 lines to go. Hana trying to wait out this bar, but has it covered well now. These are skims that Hana does not want to have to take. $981 for Blue Scooty, setting up column 9 Tetris. And this slowdown has been really bad for Hana. Long bar over Tetris, 905, but Scooty has the max out. We're just 7 lines to go. I don't know if there's anything Hana can do. Well, I do know, but I'm being nice. Scooty with another Tetris, A59 now, A60. And Hana just waiting out that bar, gets that final Tetris. Double kill screens for both of these players. A max out from Blue Scooty here in game number 3. And Scooty will go up 2 games to 1. And that 26 and 27 was just killer for Hana. Exactly when they needed to get a ton of points, they just couldn't get it going. It was just like a level and a half of burns. That was killer. But a great effort to end up, clutching out a 947 after all that. So, all right, we're gonna roll a new set of pieces here. 8D 3C E8, 8 Delta 3 Charlie E8. So Echo 8. 8 Delta 3 Charlie Echo 8. I don't know why that's so confusing to me, but it's happening. Thank you, Deck, for the pin. 8D chess is what's being played right now. Don't go anywhere, because after this match, it's going to be the winner of this versus MYLES. What's the Hertz limit for DAS? I mean, the Hertz limit for DAS is play DAS. Okay. 8D3CE8. Okay, both players are good. Let's go ahead and get them underway. Blue Scooty and Hana. Scooty up 2 games to 1, 3-2-1 Tetris. Hana needs to win this one to force a deciding game 5. The ISL. All right. Axel A says, can we take a minute or two to talk about U.S. politics? Is it the right moment? That's in the next match. We'll be talking pretty in depth about U.S. politics in the next match, so stay tuned. Unless I forget. But yeah, let me forget. Okay. Hana looking for Tetris number 1. And there's a Tetris for Hana, 34,000, 49,000 for Scooty. All right, Scooty looking to uncover that right side. Does so. No great place for a square. Has to cover again and skim away. All right, kind of building out and flattening out that stack. Long bar over to the right. Tetris for Scooty. 80,000, 82,000 for Hana. Now these would be normally the first and 16th seeds in the Challengers circuit. If we didn't, or the World Circuit, I guess it's DAS in the World Circuit, assuming they didn't earn their way in through like the semis rule or anything like that. But now they are both fighting for a chance to get into that top 16. And MYLES in this next match has to defend his standing in the top 16, coming in at the number, what is it, number, this is the top, so I think it's the number 9. I think MYLES was number 9. No, MYLES was number 16. So MYLES sort of has to defend his standing in that 16, which is what that top 32 kind of makes us do. These 32-player flat bracket tournaments. 252 for Blue Scooty, 228 for Hana. Dirty Tetris, Hana. I think that was column 4. But now he's going to have to create a couple more gaps here. Scooty's in the lead by, well, now after a Tetris, about 45,000 points. Another Tetris, Scooty, 327. Hana back by 8 lines, though. So about 8 lines in hand. Hana uncovers that right side now, has an open well, and a long bar goes in. Can't use that second long bar for a Tetris. Was like 1 Mino short of being set up. All right, so Hana trying to keep this low enough so that left side is still accessible. So this is very oh, Hana got to miss that S, but able to get a J over to that left side. Opens up the well and a Tetris for Hana. I honestly thought Hana was like 1 piece away from topping out, but great survival there from Hana, and really a couple of placements there where they had the presence of mind to, you know, not go for certain placements, which could have been a disaster. So great play from Hana. 343, 406 from Blue Scooty. And Hana not out of the woods yet. Okay, the bar goes to the right, bringing it down. Long bar to the left. All right, we are now just a couple pieces away from getting out of this. Hana has to cover again. All right, Hana with an open well, and a long bar goes down for the Tetris, cleaning up just in time to head into 19. 404 for Hana, 522 for Blue Scooty. So now it's 100 lines to get all the points you're going to get. Hana needs these 100 lines and needs to somehow take and keep the lead to force a deciding game 5. Long bar Tetris, Hana, 455. Another Tetris Scooty, 582. I almost said Scooty 582D, but I stopped myself from saying it. It wasn't on purpose. It was just going to flow out of me. And I had to say, I'm about to say this. Put on the brakes. 636 for Scooty, 514 for Hana. All right, Hana trying to build up for another Tetris. It's going to take the skim. Could he maybe use that J aggressively to build for that Tetris in column 8 and 9? And a good thing they didn't, because that bar was not coming. So we're going through a little bit of a drought. Finally, bars. Hana can't use it for a Tetris, though. 531, 675 for Scooty. Long bar over. That's going to be a split triple down the right side for Scooty. All right, Hana maybe had an idea of maybe setting up for something there, but got right out of it one piece later. And this is tough sequence here for Hana. 576, 99 for Scooty. Tetris in column 3, I think it was. And Hana's board starting to climb. Got that bar. That's good for a double, but not out of the woods. That left side is going to be cut off. Hana cannot get anything over there and will top out at 574. So Scooty is going to take this one. And a valiant effort from Hana. Always enjoy having them on the stream. GG's, Hana. Hope to see you back here when we return with Das Masters in January. Scooty, you want to mullen it out? That's fine. We'll go ahead and start setting up for MYLES. Oh, there's a nice dirty there for Scooty, a Vitz. Wheels McCoy with the resub, 6 months at tier 1, and you've been subbed for 2 months. Thank you so much, Wheels McCoy. All right, Scooty with the 923. We're going to go ahead and set up for our next match with MYLES. We'll be back in a moment. Hey, Miles, where are you still at your old alt? Is that still a thing? Why is that not coming up for me? It is. I don't know why. Did I spell it wrong? Hold on. METHYLATES. And it is not coming up. Let me refresh it. That was weird. All right, now it is coming up. Okay. I don't know why that was. Okay. Never mind. Oh my God. What he doing? What he doing? Are you able to point the camera down a little bit more, buddy? Just a little bit more? You got a lot of headroom there. You got a lot of headroom. All right, that was a lot bit more. Are you a professional? All right, that's good. That's good enough. That's good. All right, a professional social media man. All right, we will be starting in a moment. Do I have any extra play over here? No, I don't. Okay. All right. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you your pieces. Here they are. That's not it. That's the wrong button. Here are the pieces. The pieces are 4E3BBF, 4E3BBF. Cousin Avi, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Jasmine. And McMonkey819, thank you for gifting the channel 500 bits. Appreciate that. Cousin Avi has gifted another tier 1 sub to Oma Red Star. And Hemalizer, thank you for resubscribing for 12 months at tier 1. You've been subscribed for 11 months. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate that one. All right. We just got to make sure the entire Scooty fam has subs. All right. Well, it is now round number 2. Let me fix the round. Let me fix everything. I'll fix everything. I alone can fix it. All right. Powered by GameSpy, the converted a Prime sub to a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, GameSpy. Appreciate that. Cousin Avi gifted a tier 1 sub to Chaotic Hazel. All right, we got 2 players already. My God, you guys. I can't even get to it, you guys. 4E3BBF. Great. All right, folks, it is round 2. Miles and Blue Scooty. Classic Tetris Monthly. Das Masters Orange. These 2 players are playing for a spot in the top 16. I am excited. These 2 players have quite a history, which we will get into. Let us get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. It is Miles on the left, Blue Scooty on the right. Miles coming in at seed number 16 with a DAS PB of 1.21 out of the United States of America. On the right side, it is Blue Scooty coming in at seed 17, again out of the USA. PB of 1.1 here in DAS anyway. Non-DAS, well, these players' PBs too high to even count. Doesn't matter, but these 2 have quite a history. Of course, you know Miles as a prolific social media Tetris star. You know Blue Scooty as the boy who beat Tetris. The clout in this match could not be any higher. These 2 faced off was it a week ago? Just a week ago in the finals of the Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event. That is our open monthly championship. Any playstyle rolling. These players finished 1 and 2. If you haven't watched it yet, well, maybe I won't spoil it, but Blue Scooty won. But these two players, they end up facing each other quite a lot. They faced each other in that Masters event. They faced off in the Stillwater Showdown. That was the CTWC regional that took place at Blue Scooty's local library. So Scooty on home turf, able to take that one down. Miles coming in second. 150 here for Miles, 153 for Blue Scooty. These players also faced off in the Lone Star Championship finals. And it was Blue Scooty taking that one again. So this match, of course, takes place in the round 2 of DAS Masters. So maybe it isn't as high stakes, but maybe Miles looking to start a revenge tour right here and now. 158 for Blue Scooty, 223 for Miles. Scooty's board was covered a little bit here. And they have met several other times and places. In Genesis, they played each other in Genesis. In the 3rd place match, they played each other at the Waco tournament this year. In the semifinals, Miles got the better of Scooty in that one and moved on to the finals of that event. So these players have played each other quite a bit in high leverage tournaments and regionals. So 261 here for Blue Scooty, 315 for Miles. I mean, it's kind of getting to be a rivalry, you know? All right, we have a provisional time potentially for that other green matchup. Could be possibly tomorrow, 12 p.m. We just got to wait on Leo to confirm. It does fall within their availability, so we might be able to do Leo versus Dog and then have Avgeek take on the winner. That would be great. 335 for Blue Scooty, 435 for Miles. We're just waiting on confirmation from Leo. So look at that. We're doing scheduling right here in the middle of the match. Tetris never sleeps, guys. Mr. Craigie says, does anyone know whenever and wherever the next Germany Tetris event will happen? I don't know when like a Germany Open qualifier will be, but usually they do like the CTWC DAS tournament out there, and that's organized by Mark. I believe that's still organized by Mark. I could be wrong, but or at least he's involved in it. So that could be out that way. 412 for Blue Scooty, but that would be next year, right? Is that next year? All right, Scooty trying to find a bar for column 10. Ends up having a cover, gets a bar for a dirty, dirty Tetris. All right, I guess Wisebrote is the person to ask there, Mr. Craigie. They seem to know everything, so maybe get in touch with them. Have I ever been to Germany? I've not been to there. I might have been through there on a plane or something, but maybe I'll go. 446 for Blue Scooty, long bar over Tetris. And 19, both players getting a little droughted heading into 19 and have to contend with some kind of janky boards. Miles was better and it burned down much more easily. Scooty still recovering from his 19 transition. Oh, wow. Scooty kind of adjusted a piece and lost stats on that left side, so had to sort of quick tap a piece over. Oh, no. Scooty's board maybe. Okay, he's going to bring it down. I think this is doable now from Scooty. Scooty was like one piece away from maybe ending this game, but seems to be handling it now. The board is low enough, so rather than being dangerous, this board is, it's gone from dangerous to being merely annoying. 501 for Blue Scooty, 639 for Miles. Yeah, huge dig there for Blue Scooty. Scooty now spiring here, still trying to recover from that janky 19 transition. Would love a bar down the middle there, but they just don't seem to come at the right time. And yeah, that bar timing is just bad. Scooty trying to stay alive here, but meanwhile, Miles just motoring right along. Miles at 684, Scooty at 523. I mean, still has an outside shot here, but now we're getting to the point where we've only got about 40 lines to go until that 29 kill screen. And Scooty's board it's just never taken shape since that 19. And now here we are into 25. And yeah, Scooty gonna cut off that right side. Scooty tops out at 529, and Miles is good in game number one. If you want to mullen it out, you can mullen it out. Go for that max out, or you can save it for the next game. That's up to you. But I mean, a huge effort from Scooty to just dig and dig and dig for like 6 levels. Is emergency rolling allowed like once a game? No, not at all. Emergency rolling. Yeah, you get your rolling pass, right? All right, guys, when are you going to use your one rolling pass? Okay, that would be kind of cool. Like if it were like, you know, your phone a friend or 50-50, you could get like one rolling pass. But then you you get 10 lines of rolling. So Miles gets the max out. He is on 28, 2 lines to go, just spiring in the middle there. Probably not going to end up getting much more out of that, but we'll get the kill screen and the max out for Miles. A decisive game number 1. All right, let's get these players some new pieces. Players, you can decrement the middle 2. All right, decrement the middle 2. So that's going to be 2A, 4E, 2A. E 2A BF, all right? This is top player privilege, guys. 4E 2A BF, they are good. Noob here, what's emergency rolling? It's a joke. This is a DAS tournament. Someone proposed that they be able to roll in an emergency. All right, both players are ready. It is game number 2. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Kingsman36 has resubbed at tier 1. They've been subscribed for 48 months. Kingsman says, "You've taken my money for 4 years. Guess it was a good investment." Ooh. Thank you, Kingsman, for the 48 months of support. Classic Tetris Monthly. Appreciate that, buddy. Yes, Danielle Berry. This is a DAS tournament, so this is playing the original NES Tetris playstyle, the press and hold playstyle that pretty much everybody over the age of 30 thought was intuitive, and that's how they started before the tapping and rolling revolutions. Scooty up high here. Scooty in trouble, and that's going to be a top out for Scooty in game 2. And Miles is good. Oh, DAS. Yeah, DAS is just the press and hold style of playing, as opposed to the tap, 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 you know, jitter clicking or rolling. So you have to press and hold. You can't do rapid taps with the finger. It sounds so hard. It is very hard. All right, let's give these players some new pieces. Yeah, take a moment. We'll give these players some new pieces. That'll give them a moment to be mad at me rather than themselves. 00A2D5. What does DAS even stand for? It stands for delayed auto shift. It's that little thing when you hold down a key on the keyboard where it goes dit, right? That little pause right after the second or the first dit. You can overcome that happening on Tetris by skillfully holding and repressing the D-pad at certain times. Is that a good seed? Like not bugged? I have no idea. We'll see. All right, let's check. 00A2D5. I think all the bugged ones are taken out of the bot, right? All right, let's get these players started. Game number 3. Miles is up a quick 2-0 over Blue Scooty. The winner of this match goes to the top 16. 3-2-1 Tetris. If it is a bugged seed, I guess we will. I don't know what we'll do. Oma, you're still a mod? I didn't realize that. I think I modded the entire Scooty clan, but some of them were like, I don't want to be a mod. Don't let me. I think it was Hemalizer did not want to be a mod. All right, so we are underway here in game number 3. Blue Scooty has taken some of the recent matches in tournaments against Miles, most recently the CTM Masters event finals. So Miles here looking to put Scooty out of business early. All right, Scooty running into some early trouble. Would love a quick bar and gets a quick bar and a great tee. And Scooty gonna open up that right side. Scooty gonna survive. You can see that even Scooty wasn't quite sure if he was gonna survive, but he does. And he's at 102 now after another Tetris 122 here for Miles. I know the entire Scooty clan, they do not want to be moderators here, but we need them to be moderators. We need, you know, some adult voices here who know when things are not family friendly. All right, 176 for Blue Scooty, 139 for Miles. Miles with the dirty Tetris, 1 row off the bottom. Looks like he's going to maybe stay on that row. Not sure. No, he's going to open it up. Maybe set up a column 2 if the pieces come. Is he going to be that crazy? And yes, he is going to be that crazy. And the long bar comes. You don't want to be in that, not column 2, but column 9. Column 9, sorry. Sometimes I reverse that in my own head and I say it wrong. There's a lot of things like that. 246 Blue Scooty, 196 for Miles. All right, long bar over Tetris Scooty. There's one for Miles, 221. There's another one, Scooty. 294 for him, 221 for Miles the Great. You can find Miles on all the social platforms. If you look up Miles Tetris, you'll probably find him, or Miles TG, or Miles the Great. It's hard to keep up, you know? changing his screen names all the time. He's just Miles on Twitch, you know, MYLES. Can you tell Miles that his Costa Rica shirt looks great on him, and don't tell him I told you to say that? I won't tell him, Jasmine, don't worry. 275 for Miles, 408 from Blue Scooty. Oh, Blue Scooty setting up sort of a delayed square tuck. It's going to complicate his board a bit. He's going to get the Tetris, but it creates a gap. So not sure exactly what he was seeing there. Maybe some sort of spin or something like that. And he shook his head. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the long-standing joke of DAS players is they're much more prone to shake their heads in incredulity, disbelief, self-reproach. Dirty Tetris Scooty, column 10, 508 now, 377 for Miles. Other Tetris Miles, 400K. Tetris Miles, 424. Scooty covering that well. Long bar skim there. Kingsman loves those. And a Tetris for Scooty. Scooty trying to bring this board back down, bring it, you know, to a little more order before 19 happens, which is happening in 3 lines. Now 2 lines. Miles is into 19 at 449. How impressive is a 550 post with DAS? Very impressive. Really, anything is, I mean, it's very impressive. All right, Scooty's setting up column 8. And there's the Tetris for Scooty. Again, has to create a gap in the meantime. But this should clear away fairly efficiently. 609 Scooty, Miles 543, trying to mount the comeback here in game 3. And wants to take this entire match right now. Scooty's the kind of player you give an inch, he will take he will take miles. Oh no, that left side for Miles was gonna need to quick tap something over there or somehow burn this down. Scooty up by about 120,000. That's gonna be a top out for Miles. And Scooty will take game number 3. Wallbant is here. What's up, Wallbant? By the way, was it 3-1 in the Scooty Hana game? Was it 3-1 or 3? Or 3-0. I think it was 3-1. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Blue Scooty mullining this one out a bit, trying to see if he can salvage a max out of it and get a max out streak started. Also trying to just work out some of the kinks here, as he did top out early in the previous game. All right, let's get these players some new pieces. The new pieces are here. Oh, that is not the new pieces. I hit the wrong button again. What is wrong, Vandy? Jeez. The new pieces are A7, 1B, 9E, A7, 1B, 9E. Wallbant is in our top 16. We'll be playing Eliash in the orange bracket. Might be playing one of these two. Pixel Andy says no. All right, looks like both players are ready. A71B9E, A71B9E. They're both ready. Let's get them started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, SSJ, I think, were the starters there. By the way, if you're an Amazon Prime member, I bet you didn't know that you also get a Twitch Prime subscription every single month that you can grant to the streamer of your choice. It is a free subscription to their channel that gets you emotes or other things if they offer it. I think we just offer emotes. Oh, you also don't have to watch ads, so that's good. But it costs you nothing over and above your Amazon Prime subscription, and but it does give the streamer a little bit of a financial boost. It's use it or lose it, so don't lose it. And you don't have to use it on us every single month, but use it on at least keep us in mind. Mick Monkey 819 has gifted 5 tier 1 subscriptions to the CTM community. I bet you didn't realize that you're in a community. Well, too bad, guys. You are in one. And Mick Monkey has gifted 5 subs to you. JW, Shinchimax, Adri CP, Cold Cut 6, and Ben Hameen. You have all received subscriptions to the channel courtesy of Mick Monkey. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that. Okay, 127 for Blue. Scooty, 145 for MYLES. Also, if you're on YouTube and you want to support us, you can use Super Chat, which means you can add money to a chat and promote it and highlight it. And I'm almost certainly guaranteed to read your chat out loud if there's a Super Chat, assuming it's an appropriate chat. So if you really want some attention and you want, hey guys, look at me, look what I said. Super Chat is a good way to do that. 240 MYLES. 220 for Blue Scooty. Tetris Scooty 244 and another one 267 MYLES waiting for some bars here. There's one of them. There's those same 2 bars. MYLES uses one of them for a Tetris. So 264 from him. Oh, Keely 13 with some deep philosophy here. My goodness. 320 Blue Scooty, 335 for MYLES. Oh, Keely. It's kind of Hegelian in a way. All right, 370 for Blue Scooty, 389 for Miles. Long bar to the left for a left well Tetris for Blue Scooty at 100 lines now, 418 flat. Arbaro with the $2 super chat heeding the call says tune in to CTL later. That's Classic Tetris League. Miles versus Kitten. Scooty versus Ramations. Yes, tune into Classic Tetris League later. Unless monthly Tetris is on, in which case put them both on at the same time. Scooty getting up pretty high on that board, opens the right. A long bar gets over for a dirty Tetris, but this is still a challenge. By no means is Blue Scooty safe right now. Okay, he's chopping it down with an L piece. Scooty bringing this down. Scooty is not quite safe, but... And that left side for Miles is definitely not safe. So it's going to be a top out for Miles at 489. If Scooty can survive and get a 490, he'd force a decider. So Miles with the top out. This is pretty high for Scooty. We'll see what he can do here with Das on 19. And the answer is going to be not much, and it's going to be a top out for Blue Scooty. And Miles is going to hang on by his fingernails. Tops out, but Scooty not able to chase it down. So Miles will be moving on to the top 16. He's defended his top 16 seed there. So GG's to both of our players. Kind of a rough match for Scooty, but Miles... probably feeling pretty good right now, and he'll be taking on Pixel Andy in the round of 16 in the orange bracket. So GG's to Miles, a little bit of retribution maybe, but not exactly on the same level, but still not bad for you, Miles. GG. Blue Scooty and Blue Scooty fam, thanks for hanging out. Okay, guys. That is going to do it. Let me go ahead and just show you the state of Tetris right now. I'll refresh all these dealios. Okay, so the orange bracket is done. That's all done. This is your top 16. This is not your top 16. This is your top 16. Pixel Andy versus Miles. Elias versus Wallband. Matt Martin versus Sharky. Unfortunately, Giovanni had to withdraw. So Scotto will be moving on around to face the winner of Matt versus Sharky. Green bracket's going to be Dog versus Leo. We know the result of Avgeek versus Storm. That was Avgeek. Red, Fractal, Tommy, Bendy, Nanu. All right, so in 2 hours, we will be starting Fractal versus Tommy, Bendy versus Nanu. That is going on in 2 hours, so come back here and watch that. Thank you all to those of you who have contributed to the prize pool. We have reached our $1,000 goal. Doesn't mean we have to stop, but that was largely in part to Summer B, and really actually all in part to Summer B. So thank you for getting us there, Summer B, as well as Buffet Mister with the $20 contribution as well. Also, thanks to our patrons, Scott Gray 76, K9 watching Tetris, Tacnerus, Corporal 381 shall be satisfied, Cat 91, Jay in the window, Troy Dan Kim S, sticker and double sticker club level supporters and community level supporters. Thank you all so very much. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. So thanks everybody. We'll be back in 2 hours. And in the meantime, enjoy the whatever's happening over on Classic Tetris, which is some kind of Tetris Effect connected community showcase. And go over and support that. That's a good thing. They won't even acknowledge us. Let's see if they even acknowledge us. Are we too small to even matter to them? Probably. All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. See you in a couple hours. Bye-bye. All right, it's me and you, YouTube. This is our YouTube special time. Thanks again for all your support. You guys are great. And, you know, while I kid at your expense sometimes,